Howdy, this is Karen from Karen Dawn Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to magic link a pattern on the Ravelry forums. So I have created this thread that I'm going to use for the tutorial, but basically what you want to do is go to the thread where you want to post the magic link and either reply to a message or reply to the thread. And you'll notice up here, there's some quick tips that show you how to magically link to Ravelry by using brackets and parentheses. You can do that, and I will show you how to do that in a moment, but there's also a faster way that Ravelry has created to magic link a pattern. So to do that, you start by typing a square bracket. So opening the square bracket. And then you type the name of the pattern. So I am going to use one of my patterns. This is a cowl pattern. And so I type Gringolet. And notice that there is actually a person named Gringolet, so a Ravelry username. And there's also a pattern, the Gringolet cowl. And that is the one that I want to magic link. So it is popped up. So what I do is I click on the pattern name, and it will automatically fill in the rest of the information to magic link. And that's all you need to do. When you hit post reply, it will magic link that pattern. And what it does when it magic links a pattern is that now anyone who is viewing this thread can click on this link and get taken directly to the pattern. So you can see it right here. Also, what it does is if you look at a pattern and you see forum posts, it means this pattern has been mentioned 9 times in forum posts. So this is a nice way of collecting where on Ravelry this pattern has been talked about. So that is one way to magic link a pattern. The other way to magic link a pattern is to do it the longer way. So again, I will hit reply, and I'm going to follow the directions used up here in the quick tips. So once again, you use the bracket, and here I'm going to use the Gringolet again. You do need to type, let's pretend you don't want to use this or you can't find it in here in this list. You need to type the name of the pattern. So Gringolet cowl. Then you need to close the square bracket and then open a parenthesis and type the word pattern and then close the parenthesis. This time when you hit post reply, it is going to give you some options to see which is the correct pattern you would like to link to. So here I can see this is the pattern that I want, and so I can click post message. So I've selected it right here. And I can click post message. So in those two examples, I showed you a pattern that has an unusual name. So not very many patterns. In fact, it was the only pattern that was called Gringolet. What happens if you have a pattern that has a very common name, where lots of patterns have that name? I've gone and done a pattern search for the word sunflower, and there are a lot of patterns that pop up with sunflower. In fact, you can see there are 813 matches. So how do you magic link to something that has 813 options? The first thing you need to do is make sure you get a little bit more information about your pattern. For this example, I am going to use this shawl pattern by Tin Can Knits. So it is just called Sunflower, and it is by Tin Can Knits. So keep that information in mind. I come back over to the thread, I hit reply, and once again, I am going to open up a square bracket and type sunflower. So notice there are, like I said, a lot of different options for sunflower, and you might be able to tell from the picture if you are getting the pattern that you want. But here I am not seeing the shawl pattern that I want from Tin Can Knits. So this option is not going to work for me. So what I need to do is give it more information. So I'm going to actually type Tin Can Knits. And now in order to do this, we need to do that longer version of magic linking a pattern. So I close the square bracket, open a parenthesis, type in the word pattern, close the parenthesis, and then hit post reply. And when I do that, notice that it actually finds Sunflower by Tin Can Knits. And by doing this, when I click post message, I will actually get the pattern, and it will actually post as Sunflower Tin Can Knits. So if you don't want it to do that, you can go back in and edit it. And now it has all the information that says exactly which pattern this is. Do not change anything in the parentheses at this point, but you can go back and change what is in the square brackets. So I can go ahead and take out, so delete Tin Can Knits, and just have Sunflower be in the parentheses. And when I save the changes, now it just says Sunflower, and when I click, it will take me correctly to the Tin Can Knits shawl pattern. So there it is right there. Thank you for watching this tutorial video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on Ravelry. I am Karen Dawn. And if you are interested in other tutorials about Ravelry or knitting, check out the other videos on my channel. And you can hit subscribe so you can make sure to be notified of all future tutorial videos. Thank you and happy knitting!